I'm Stephanie Malia Krauss. I'm a mom, an educator, and a social worker. I've also been sober for almost 21 years. When I was in middle school, around 14, I started drinking, and I drank like a drunk. It was the only way I knew how to do it. And I drank to a point of oblivion and escape. I would get drunk enough that things would be bad enough that people would have to take care of me. And I wanted to be taken care of. And I wanted to escape the reality I was growing up in and the sense of what the community thought of me. When I was 15, I had the opportunity to make a choice that was forced on me, but it became the decision that would really radically change the trajectory of my life. I was given an option in the middle of January, right after the holidays, to either go to a home for runaway and homeless youth in Trenton, New Jersey, cold, snowy, or to a rehab in South Florida. The beach sounded wonderful. And so what happened is I got sober kind of accidentally at 15. What had happened before then was being raised in an alcoholic household in a small community. Even though I was chronically truant after 8th grade, but I was still connected to this counselor who had an office near the gymnasium, and I would not go to school, but I would sneak in the back door of the high school to get to her office where she kept clothes and food for me. And she was in contact with my non-alcoholic parent. That parent did not live with me, but had health insurance. And so they decided that January that they were going to give me an ultimatum. I wasn't in school anyway. And I mentioned I chose rehab because it was in Florida and I was cold and I loved the beach. But when I got there, I realized that there was this opportunity to create a new story, a new narrative for my life, to have agency and to do something really radically different. It was also clear to me that I am my parents' child and that I had all of the tendencies to be alcoholic, regardless of whether that was an adolescent phase. I still had the character profile of someone who could be addicted to just about anything. And so I grabbed a hold of everything that recovery offered, from tools and strategies to community to really a different way of life. And that changed everything for me. Understanding now as a mother, looking back at how little I was, I think about how little 15-year-olds are and think, God, how did I end up as this little 15-year-old living away from my family or drinking the way that I was or even getting sober? But I learned to respond to knowing that stories can always take new roads and that the arc of it is sometimes out of view when you're in it. For me, that next chapter opened up to an entirely new plot line that required everything that had happened 15 and earlier, that has informed everything that I do work-wise, all of the ways in which I parent and live my life. I learned about the importance of community, having people, and doing life with people, the importance of self-care and self-advocacy, the agency that we need to take over our own life. This doesn't have to be your life. A moment in time that sucks up all of the energy doesn't have to be your life. And nobody gets to tell you who you are, what your future is. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. And there's power in your experience and there's power in the possibility of what you can do. It doesn't have to be your life. Sobriety is a wonderful way of life.